तो ये पूरी jurisprudence जनाब के सामने है, जिसको मैंने एक नोट आपको दिया है on the review jurisdiction of this court, note number 3.
Already you have argued.
जी मैं उस पर कुछ नहीं कर रहा. note 3 में my Lord Justice Muhammad Ali Mazhar Sahab has finally condensed and reproduced the jurisprudence, all of the principles. ये अगर आप एक लम्हे के लिए note 3 को देखेंगे, इस note 3 के आप देखिएगा पहला पेज है 2023 PTD 964
का हो गया ना.
जी मैं एक नाम सर, इसमें कुछ नहीं पढ़ रहा, इसमें आप सिर्फ ये देखिए पॉइंट्स जो दिए जस्टिस मोहम्मद अली मजहर साहब ने, उसमें आप 1, 2, 3 सब ये कह रहे हैं मिसकंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ लॉ इज नो ग्राउंड फॉर रिव्यू, erroneous judgment is no ground for review. None of this is ground for review. It can provide basis in some other case to lay down new law, distinct law. But in this case, this is not a ground for review unless...
Divergent views on review and the judgment which you are quoting, authored by me,
yes,
with the plethora of the judgments have been mentioned.
So
many judgment, it is also been held that if it is found against the law or the constitution, the court may consider it. So there are divergent views on the review that has been mentioned in my
book. उसमें जनाब ये देखेंगे, इसीलिए मैंने जो judgments पढ़ी कॉर्नेलियस साहब की, कैकाउस साहब की, अजबुल मियां साहब की, ये इस पेपर बुक में काइंडली सी, these are at serial numbers आपके सामने.
Found that there is some deviation from the constitution.
But injustice, sir, injustice in some ways
भी है. There are so many grounds.
Sir, injustice ultimately
it has a very broad spectrum of the review jurisdiction के आप कई चीजें.
इतना broad नहीं है, मैं अर्ज करूं. आपने ये कहा है
केस लॉ बहुत broad है इसमें.
केस लॉ broad है, but ultimately जनाब ने ये कहा है, and this court has consistently said that there should be some injustice pleaded before the court. Somebody should come and say that because of this error or misconstruction of the law, I have been unjustly dealt with. So injustice is the primary objective of the review jurisdiction, to undo injustice. Now what is the injustice pleaded before this court? मैंने जनाब के सामने ये election analysis रख दिया है. हमारी democratic justice की tradition तो यही है कि general seats जितनी मिली हैं उसी के रेशो में लगभग 37% जनरल हैं तो 37% आपको रिजर्व मिल गई. इट इज नेवर जस्टिस टू से कि आपने 20% जनरल जीती हैं लेकिन आपको 55% रिजर्व मिल जाएंगी. दैट मेक्स पार्लियामेंट अनरिप्रेजेंटेटिव, क्लियरली सो. इट गोज बियॉन्ड द रूलिंग इंटेंट ऑफ आर्टिकल 51 टू गिव रिजर्व्ड सीट्स इन द सेम प्रोपोर्शन एज द जनरल सीट्स वन.
राज साहब ये तो फिर आप फार्मूला पे जा रहे हैं.
नहीं, फार्मूला पे नहीं जा रहा सर, मैं जस्टिस के तसव्वुर पे जा रहा हूँ.
जब सीट्स डिक्लेयर होंगी किसी भी पार्टी की इन अकॉर्डेंस विद फार्मूला में
नहीं सर, इसमें
क्वेश्चन तो वो
ये टेक्निकल बात नहीं है सर. इसमें नीचे
टेक्निकल
सर, इट इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ द रिप्रेजेंटेटिवनेस ऑफ पार्लियामेंट.
ठीक है.
इज पार्लियामेंट गोइंग टू रिमेन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इफ नो सीट्स आर गिवन टू पीटीआई? Or is it going to become more representative if the method followed by my Lord Justice Mandukhail is followed? Or it becomes, I would submit, even better, more representative if the realities taken into account by the 8-member bench are accepted. So both these judgments have tried to make Parliament actually representative of political reality, so that we don't have Parliament, we don't have reserved seats for women and non-Muslims, which are only token seats. कि बस कुछ औरतें चाहिए थी, ये लो हमने औरतें दे दी तुम्हें. कुछ non-Muslim चाहिए थे, ये लो हमने तुम्हें non-Muslim दे दिए. That is not the intent of the Constitution. The intent of the Constitution is democratic representativeness. सर मैं अर्ज कर रहा हूँ सर, अब आपने ये देखना है कि ये जस्टिस का तकाजा यहाँ पे क्या है. I would submit humbly and forcefully that both the judgments, the 8-member and the 2-member, have moved things in the direction of democratic justice. These judgments must not be overruled. They cannot be overruled on the touchstone of injustice. The 8-member, I would submit, is a judgment of this court. Not one ground has been presented before this court to say that this judgment was wrong, other than, I would say, the quo warranto ground and the 225, if these are taken to be serious grounds. Now let's come to the Khurshid Bhinder judgment. सर ये जो इलेक्शन कमीशन का आप ऑर्डर मांग रहे थे मुझसे, वो है CMA 5272 में of 2024 filed by Faisal Siddiqui साहब at page 21. 5272 of 2024 filed by Mr. Faisal Siddiqui. It is at page 21. सर एक नोट before I read Khurshid Bhinder, आपके सामने है. Again, I'll not read this. This is note number 6. This is about 184.3. इसमें सिर्फ मैंने आपको जो एक जजमेंट दिखानी है, पहली जजमेंट है वतन पार्टी. वो काइंडली सी उसका पैरा 53 इसके पेज 2 पे, जिसमें they have said 184.3 proceedings are inquisitorial and all materials produced by any intervener can be looked.
Citation.
This is PLD 2011 Supreme Court 997. मेरे इस नोट नंबर 6 में
it is largely related to Article 189 of the Constitution.
No, sir, this is related to 187 and 184. और मैंने पहले अर्ज कर दिया, based on Peer Sabir Shah and Dosani Travels, that even in an appeal, your lordships can invoke 184.3, read with 187. So 187 has substance, both in terms of inherent jurisdiction, plenary jurisdiction, but clearly in terms of the expressly granted jurisdiction in terms of 184.3 to enforce fundamental rights where there is a question of general public importance. So Peer Sabir Shah, Salim Akhtar Saab's note, endorsed and made part of the judgment of the court in Dosani Travels, and then relied upon by the 8-member bench judgment in this case, provides us this clear path that even when hearing an appeal without any procedural complexity, the court can rely on Article 184.3, and appeal proceedings then take the color of 184.3 proceedings. Now that is clear established jurisprudence which this court has relied upon, and Dosani Travels is expressly mentioned in paragraph 115 of the 8-member bench judgment at page 61 in the context of Article 187. So when we read Dosani Travels, it talks of 184.3 in terms of Peer Sabir Shah, and that entire jurisprudence forms the basis of the 8-member bench judgment, and I would say of also my Lord Justice Mandukhail's judgment. Now in this note on 184.3, the Watan Party case I've just mentioned, para 53 I've highlighted, which says that proceedings are inquisitorial and interveners can place any material before the court. Ugly judgment, which I take my lords to and my lady to, is at the next page, Imran Ahmed Khan Niazi versus Federation, PLD 2024, Supreme Court 103. Isme Janab ne ye kaha ki in 184.3 proceedings, everybody before the court is essentially an informant, because we are acting for the benefit of the public at large. We are not acting in 184.3 proceedings for one individual, one petitioner or the other. The proceedings are to enforce fundamental rights for the public at large. Now, therefore, ये जनाब आपके सवाल का भी जवाब होगा.